to YouTube and start this shit off. So let's rock it. Be right back. No pun intended. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to a very special Super Sunday live stream. Thought I'd do a special live stream for you guys. Somebody suggested that instead of just doing a variety show, I pick one topic and every once in a while I do a stream about that one topic. Doesn't have to be that long of a stream. So today I thought we'd talk about Mad Mike Hughs, who died yesterday trying to test his steam rocket. Now, some of you may be familiar with Mad Mike. I've been following this guy for a while now. He's a flat earther, right? He's been trying to prove that the earth is flat. Some people say, somebody said in my chat that he did not do this latest rocket test to prove the earth was flat. Either way, he's done past rocket tests of this steam-powered rocket he built to try to prove the earth is flat. And he's clearly also doing this to get publicity for his schemes and theories about flat earth, right? So, like, here's his rocket. Research flat earth, says it right on there. Mad Mike Hughs. I don't know where this guy gets his money from. He got more money than me, apparently, to put in all this shit. So today I thought we would take a look at some of the interviews this guy has done and see what kind of person would build their own steam rocket and kill themselves over it. But before we do that, warning. Warning. Death. Death is about to happen. I'm going to show you this guy's death. Like I said, this happened yesterday during the test of his homemade steam-powered rocket. So, warning! Don't watch it if you don't want to see death. Here we go. And right away, yeah, the parachute falls off. That's a bad sign. That's not what you want. I wonder if the spectators were like, is that supposed to happen? No, that's not supposed to happen. And that thing came in like a rocket, literally. Yeah, yeah. You ain't walk away from that one. So he dead. He real dead. Super duper, really, really dead. And I hate to make too much fun, but definitely the Earth is flat right there where he landed. Pretty sure if he were alive, he would agree with that. So anyway, I thought we'd take a look at this character and see what would lead a man to believe that he could build a rocket made of steam in his own garage and then go out and test it and kill himself over it. And so, needless to say, this dude is a conspiracy theorist of the highest order. It kind of reminds me of the way I used to be back when I used to listen to Alex Jones all the time. You can tell this guy really fucking listens to Alex Jones. Before we start watching the interviews, let me read the chat a little bit. Reading up on him, it seems he was just a guy that was always trying to be famous. He is in the Guinness Book of World Records for longest jump in a stretch limo. He was trying to do a rocket daredevil stunt, but only raised $300, so he started talking flat earth crap and raised $7,500. Now, that may be the case. He's definitely a conspiracy theorist, so we're going to watch some of these videos. I watched a few of them earlier, and we're going to comment on them. He believed all kinds of wacky stuff, and when you believe that kind of stuff, it has a tendency to rot your brain out. Oh, Hughes, that's sad. Yep, dead. Got a couple super chats already. Thanks, guys, for the super chats. Shingo Fett. Pour one out for our hero, the legend Rocket Man. Yep, I mean, he had guts. He definitely had guts, but, you know, so does, like, ISIS and people that blow themselves up in suicide bombing runs. That takes guts, not intelligence, not morals, not integrity, but I guess bravery, if that's what you're looking for. Just keep digging. Was a conspiracy theorist? Yes, he was definitely a conspiracy theorist. And David Byrne says, hey, from Ireland, Dusty. Hey, from Mississippi, David Byrne. Thank you for that. Love you very much. So, you guys watching me on YouTube, go watch me on... What is the... I'm positive that there's more chat here. So there it is. You guys watching me on YouTube or Facebook, go watch me on Twitch instead. Help me build up my Twitch channel. Twitch.tv/Dusty Smith. There is a link in the description of this video. Go to Twitch. Watch me on there. Follow me. There's like special emoticons you can get by watching me on Twitch. Thought somebody put some up earlier, but I guess they didn't. I don't see them in this chat. But anyway, and I'll be talking to you guys, reading your comments and stuff. So be sure to leave all kinds of comments. What's up, Honest Red? How you doing? The Earth isn't flat there anymore. They had to leave a crater. That's true. He definitely left a big crater. What's up, Kwani's husband? Say hello to your wife. Kwani, apparently. Gregory Lazarino. Dusty, just started seeing your videos. It's no wonder YouTube and the skeptic community has been taken by the alt-right, being that I just discovered you, yet fed Ben Shapiro, Crowder, and Temple. Yeah, like, I don't, as far as I know, ever get recommended in the YouTube algorithm anymore. And then I don't have any, like, involvement in any of the clicks, and so none of the other popular YouTubers ever share my stuff. Have you ever seen anybody share my stuff in the last several years? Like anybody who's popular on YouTube in any way, have you ever seen them mention me? No, they don't do it because I'm not involved in the clicks, and you got to be involved in the clicks, or you can't get the support of the click if you're not involved in it. It just sucks, but that's the way it is. So what you gonna do, right? Ain't gonna worry about it. Everything will work out all right. I just build my own shit with hookers and blackjack. So anyway, I don't know how long this stream is gonna be. We're gonna do this stream for as long as we feel like it. I'm gonna be reading the chats a lot during this stream. So be sure to chat me up a lot. We're going to watch a couple of these interviews real quick of Mad Mike Hughs. So this is one they did back in 2017. This is only 3 years ago, less than 3 years ago. Let's hear what he has to say.
All right, peace into you. All right, how you guys doing?
Good, thank you.
All right, Mike, how you doing?
Fine, buddy. Just tired as usual.
Yeah, okay. Well, you're really getting the final touches on it, seems like, here, and getting ready to get, the whole town of Amboy and, gee whiz, people from far and wide coming out here to see you.
Yeah, it's a worldwide media event. It actually is. We have someone already from France and Netherlands here.
Uh-huh.
And I've been interviewed from stations in Romania.
Got a lot of attention, I guess.
New Zealand, Australia, Canada, Russia, Ireland, and of course England. Yeah.
Right. Well, a lot of people are counting on you. What do you think? We're looking at, what, Tuesday?
I think Tuesday, yeah. Just another thing we're faced is, there's not any facilities here. We want to be up there because it would have benefited, I think, Amboy more and the restaurant, Ron Polo, and my spot. But, we're still going to get the same media attention.
Yeah.
It's just, a lot of people can't explain what it's like to take something from nothing and build something and then go make it happen. You think you just wave a magic wand and the stuff is done. It takes years. And that's why you don't really see any young guys doing stuff like this, because it takes a lifetime of experience and knowledge to do something like this.
Yeah, maybe don't do stuff like that. Just saying. Like, he was like 61, I think, when he died. That's young, in my opinion. So it's a good reason that young people don't do stupid shit like this.
61-year-old man, I couldn't do this 20 years ago.
Right.
And I'd already been experienced in NASCAR,
Yeah.
Museum cars, the whole bit, cars on the front row at Daytona. I couldn't do this.
So is this old technology, or is there?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I just have an understanding of aerodynamics and wings, and I think how things move around in the air.
I see.
Of course, that's on the ground, not in the air.
Right. Okay, absolutely, right. So, yeah, we're going to be learning a lot more about flat Earth and stuff.
Yeah, I don't claim to be an expert in nothing. I'm not.
I get you, right. Yeah, we're all learning.
Yeah, definitely not.
We're learning every day.
We're learning every day already.
Yes,
Yeah,
we are
absolutely,
learning. Some of us are learning. Some of us learning
Most
is
of it's
over.
just to inspire young kids,
Yeah.
young individuals to do something.
I think you're inspiring young and old alike.
Yes, it's cool. Inspire them to do that, but also, like, don't get inside your rockets and shit like that when you make them. Like, maybe want to test them unmanned and whatnot. And, there's other projects you can do that are not deadly and harmful to you. Maybe some kind of model rocket or something. That's good for inspiration, but, I don't know. Maybe you will inspire people to be smarter in the future.
I mean,
I'm a
seriously.
61-year-old guy,
Right.
and I think the best years of my life is ahead.
Absolutely.
Do I have the energy
Nope.
I had 30 years ago? No.
Nope, they're
I
not,
get time-
unfortunately. This was 2017. The best years of life are only 3 more. Less than 3 more, and then you killed yourself.
Tired.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's
We're used to, I could go for 2 or 3 days, especially when it's a limo driver in Vegas, man.
Yeah.
I go for days at a time.
right.
But you know, that's not my lifestyle anymore because my values have changed and the way I view things.
Exactly.
You know, it's like we're not telling anybody I believe in flat Earth. I believe it is.
Right.
The same research, like research everything.
Yeah.
Research JFK. Research 9/11. Research what your congressman is doing. Okay.
So he says his values have changed. That's what happens when you go down these conspiracy theory rabbit holes. It just rots your fucking brain. Just once a little bit of it takes hold, more takes hold, and then more takes hold, and then more takes hold, and then eventually your thought process is so fucking scrambled you can't think straight, and you're like, hey, maybe I can build a steam-powered rocket and fire myself into the thermosphere. Yeah, if Barack Obama is a Muslim plant, if the government is doing 9/11, hell, there's probably space aliens out there that'll help me and shit. Like, it's just convoluted thought process.
Okay. And Hillary too. And
Yeah.
Everybody.
Right.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
the Federal Reserve.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Every conspiracy known to
Yeah.
man.
We just want people to ask questions.
Yeah.
When I'm a high school dropout. I didn't believe in
Get
school.
out.
And if I'd known then what I know now, I would have dropped out after the 6th grade.
No, god damn it. So yes, let this be a lesson to you kids out there. This guy's like, I would have dropped out in the 6th grade and built this rocket that's going to kill me. Don't be like this guy, dudes. Stay in school, kids.
You know, because people graduate from school not knowing anything. Not knowing anything about life, jobs, or how to deal with people, manage people, or anything.
Count that chain.
And they're not even teaching civics anymore. You
Yeah.
know, because they don't want no one to know about the court system, the government, or anything.
There you go.
I
Right.
mean, you can go somewhere and hold up a picture of Kim Kardashian and the vice president, and more people's going to recognize Kim Kardashian than the vice president.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
that's
scary.
true.
It is,
That's
absolutely.
just the way
They
our
wanna-
society
they
works.
wanna-
More people are interested in being entertained than they are in politics. To a lot of people, politics is boring, especially children. So that makes sense,
Keep us in their little control system, don't they?
Well, yeah, because that's the only way a small group of people on top can control the mass at the bottom of the pyramid.
Right.
Plus, it's divide. You got to divide people.
Right. Yeah.
This
No.
goes back to the Roman days.
Exactly.
Divide and conquer.
All
Right.
it takes is 10% of the people. And I told this to the California Highway Patrol agent. I call them agents because that's what the other agents. They're not police officers. At the side of the road, I said, all it takes is 10% of people like me not registering your cars, not paying taxes, not going to court dates because it's quasi-courts. They're not even real.
Right.
And
Anarchy.
he says, this all changes. I mean, his eyes got that big around. He saw that's true. Because then that's 33 million people.
Uh huh.
Sound like Tommy
this
Potato a little
this
bit.
is sort of an expression of freedom in a way, isn't
Yes,
it?
yeah.
I mean, it's really it's
You're free to kill
permits
yourself.
Here, there's no insurance here. There's none of that crap.
yeah. This is really awesome.
There's no ambulance here either.
Did you?
No, there won't be.
Oh,
Right.
God. Okay,
Yeah,
let me
this is
play that
beautiful.
again. Did you hear all that?
Right. No. Awesome.
There's no ambulance here either.
I'll
An
go back.
expression of freedom in a way, isn't
Yes,
it?
yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
really
There's no permits here. There's no insurance here. There's none of that crap.
yeah.
There's
yeah,
no
this is
permits,
really
no
awesome.
There's
insurance,
no ambulance here either.
No, there won't be.
and no ambulance. No, don't want any of that stuff. Don't want any fucking insurance or, regulations. Anybody looking over your shoulder that might know what they're doing to tell you, hey, maybe you shouldn't put your parachute right behind your rocket or it can get blown off and you'll die. Maybe that's a bad idea, in my opinion. But, no ambulance either, so even if he would have miraculously survived that, no one there to take care of him, so just ill thought out in every way. Of course, this was in 2017. This wasn't actually what happened yesterday, but I'm sure it was probably the exact same thing yesterday as he's talking about here in 2017.
Yeah, this is
Hopefully there
beautiful.
won't be need for that.
No.
Right. No ambulance. Cut that. Okay.
It's okay,
That-
I'm doing
I'm
it,
going to
not
cut
you.
that. Don't worry. But anyhow,
But we also,
Yeah.
we have to respect other people.
Yeah.
We have to respect their rights and their property. Okay.
right.
But when the people that we elect to represent us don't respect that, then that's a problem. That's what's been going on for decades.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
It is amazing.
Once you start looking down all these rabbit holes,
Uh-huh.
it gets
Then your brain rots out your
it's
head.
beyond fraud.
Well, I think that people just don't like to be lied, stolen from, and cheated.
Yes.
And
Yeah, you do like to be lied to. That's the thing, though. Most of these conspiracy theories absolutely are not true. And you love them because real life is boring to you. And believing in all this crazy shit is way more entertaining to your brain. And so you're willing to believe it because it's exciting. It's exactly how I was when I was a conspiracy theorist. People do love to be lied to, regardless of what they say.
and it seems like that's been happening. It's a natural, intrinsic human characteristic to want to just be treated like
Well,
so fairly, right?
well, two examples, and I guess the John and Ken show on KFI in Los Angeles said I guess there's 1.2 billion dollars missing from this train to nowhere with Jerry Brown. Not one track has been laid down. That much money's missing. Where's that money?
So let's look it up. Thought that we would explore some of these conspiracy theories in real time. 1.2 billion train to nowhere. I don't know about this conspiracy theory, so let's see if I can find any information about it. Gotta look at the San Francisco Chronicle. Let's see what they have to say. I guess that is a reputable source. It's the runaway dream that it's gonna make me fucking sign into this bullshit. Fuck off, San Francisco Chronicle. Why is every goddamn website willing to pay for you now? The internet is supposed to be fucking free. Let's see if CNBC will tell me. Although it is, god damn it. Continue without supporting. Quit popping shit up. Although it has been dubbed a bullet train of nowhere, California Governor Jerry Brown has pushed forward over the years with the state's high-speed rail project. But now that a reckoning may come sooner than expected for the state's most expensive infrastructure project, a business plan released Friday by the California High-Speed Rail Authority shows its projected baseline cost now $77 billion at 20% from 2 years ago, and it indicated the cost could rise to as high as $98 billion. So, if it costs $100 billion, then $1.2 billion not being accounted for by our government doesn't seem that unlikely, to be honest with you. They're pretty inept. Some of you that know more about the project could fill me in on what's going on there in California. God is a flat earther. True that. Dusty, can you recap for us late entrants? This is Mad Mike Hughs, who is a flat earther who built a steam-powered rocket. And yesterday, while testing his steam-powered rocket with himself inside of it, he died. There's the parachute blowing off the back of his steam-powered rocket. And, yeah, here's the rocket plummeting back to Earth at a high rate of speed. Yep. And, no permits, no regulations, no ambulances. Dead as fuck. So we're looking back at him over the last few years and some of the interviews he has done and reviewing how conspiracy theories rot your brain and cause you to act in ways that are not very beneficial to your long-term health. So now you're all caught up. It's a pretty short trip. From Obama is a Muslim to the earth is flat. Yep, we're going to talk about that. Barry Soetoro. That's what he says Barack Obama's real name is. I kind of looked up some of these conspiracy theories a little earlier. We're going to get into those in a second, though. Let me read the regular chat, though, see what you guys have to say. What are your thoughts about the Nevada caucus? I was excited to see Bernie Sanders wipe the floor with everybody else. Thought that was fucking awesome. And watching the mainstream media flip the fuck out over it was also extremely entertaining. I posted a video on my Twitter, Cult of Dusty 1, for those of you who want to follow me, Cult of Dusty 1, Cult of Dusty 1, Cult of Dusty 1, follow me on Twitter, where the news reporter was like, it looks like Bernie Sanders is going to win. It's just a huge sigh. Like, they're not even hiding it anymore. It's just right out in your face now that they really are disappointed he's going to win. Hi, Dusty, the funniest guy on YouTube. Well, thank you, Weatherman. 68. A righteous man, a rational man, and looks after animals, too. Thanks for all the laughter you give me, Dusty, man. Hey, no problem. Thank you for watching the show. You guys' support is the only way I'm ever able to do this, and so you guys are the real hero here. Too dumb to leave in the globe, but smart enough to build a rocket. Not smart enough to build a rocket that doesn't get him killed. So I'd rather be too dumb to build that rocket, to be honest with you. Yep, his brain cells are flat, that's for sure. No conspiracy required. He's probably like intelligent in a lot of ways, or was intelligent in a lot of ways. Dusty, I like your coffee mug. Yeah, I got this from Walmart. It's that ninja dude. I don't even know. Never watched a ninja video in my life, but it was cheap and it's big, so like my penis. Not really. So anyway, what else you guys got to see on here? Dusty, the issue is the rail would need to go through a mountain range with peaks up to 10,000 feet and cross a plate boundary. Well, that seems like that's not going to happen. I guess they could like blow holes in a mountain, and that's what they did with the railroads. You ever watch that show, Hell on Wheels? It's a really fucking good show if you guys have never seen that. They chronicle the building of the railroads, and of course they make it all dramatic and shit. But they had to dynamite their way through the fucking mountain. It can be done, right? Pretty sure. Bernie's first candidate to win 3 primaries in a row. I know he's the first person in history to win the majority vote in the first 3 primaries. But, you know, is he really electable? Just because he's winning all these things by landslide, does that really mean he's electable? I don't know. I don't know. Gotcha early. Hi from Norway. Oh, what's up, man? How you doing, Surge Lands? Love you over there in Norway. Bloomberg is throwing the general to avoid paying taxes. Probably is some kind of tax shelter thing. Make himself more popular and famous. Wow. Not having to pay any taxes. Typical rich, evil henchman behavior like Bond villains. I love Helen Wills. Helen Wills is awesome. Bullet, sexy as fuck, man. I'm not very gay, but that dude, holy shit. That dude makes me have questions, is all I'm saying. Just questions. Not saying I would do anything. Not saying I wouldn't. Questions is all I'm saying here. Meow intensifies. I know we got 30 cats around us. It's only 11, but it seems like 30. So, always makes the show interesting. A couple like little kitty codes, so you may hear some sniffling in the background. Poor babies. I hear some sneezing. Poor dang. Texas is perfect for the rail they are planning. They should move it to Texas then, if Texas wants to pay for it. All right, I guess we'll continue on. You guys be sure to comment to me with whatever you want to fucking say, and I'm going to play some. Dusty beach whales make me sad. They're not getting any tanner. Are you talking about overweight people on the beach? That's not nice. It's not nice to make fun of people's weight. I generally try not to do that, although I do often do that. But only people that really deserve it, so. Are you doing a show tomorrow? Yes, I'm doing a show tomorrow. This is just a fun, special bonus show that I thought I would do because somebody asked me to, like, instead of doing a variety show, talk about 50 topics, just, like, pick one topic and maybe talk about it for, like, 45 minutes on our live stream and just see how that goes. And I thought, hey, well, that's a good idea. Let me try that. And then this happened yesterday, and I was like, hey, this flat earther just murdered himself live on video. Let's review this dude. So let's continue reviewing him. He had even more interesting, quote-unquote, things to say.
Did you know in this state they've already spent $52 million on water surveys, but nothing's been done?
Well, they'd rather have that train to nowhere than desalination plants.
What about Michelle Obama? Do you think she's a man?
Yeah.
Oh, God. If you didn't hear that question. What do you think about Michelle Obama? Do you think she's a man? Yeah. Fuck this guy a little bit. Like, I'm not real happy he's dead, but that's rude as fucking shit. It's just so stupid. Like, any conspiracy theory, doesn't matter what it is, they'll believe it. This is what happens to you. Once you start believing some of the bad ones, some of the most unlikely ones, then anything goes in your brain. It just opens your fucking head up and the brain falls out.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah.
That's all I want to know.
Well, of course, Obama's name is Barry Soetoro, okay? The secret with Obama is he's a foreign exchange student. That's the secret with him, which makes him illegal to be
You
anything.
can't hold the Oval Office.
Right. But also, who paid for his Harvard education?
That would be
Saudi Arabians.
Saudi Arabia. See?
So, here's a whole bunch of bullshit. He just spewed one right after the other. Obama's name is Barry Soetoro. That's another one. Let's see. I'll tackle that one first. So this is an ID that was put out to prove Obama is actually a foreign exchange student named Barry Soetoro. But it's fake. It's Photoshop. They actually took this person's ID. You can see the numbers the same. And Photoshopped it to put Obama in there. And in fact, when Obama went to this school, they did not have these types of IDs. They did not move to this type of ID until like in the 90s. And Obama went like, I don't know, in the 80s or some shit. So just absolutely ridiculous. And how did Obama pay for his schooling? Well, the conspiracy theory is that he had Muslim roommates and they helped pay for everything. But the truth is he had loans he took out like most other students. And he carried that debt loan until he wrote his 2 best-selling books and paid off the student loans, him and his wife. So just they'll believe fucking anything. It doesn't matter. They say, look it up. Research it all. Look it up. But you can easily look this stuff up. The fact is they haven't looked it up. Or they don't really give a shit, you know. They just want to believe whatever. And kind of makes you a shitty human being, to be honest with you.
Did you see the video where he was talking about when he's been trained since he was a young boy and raised in school to be the president?
I've heard that's been in plan since 1992.
Well, he was on video talking about it.
You know, the guy was a
Sure.
community activist, which in other words, he's basically a troublemaker. Okay?
Basically a
Hung around with
troublemaker.
Other troublemakers.
That's what a community activist is. It's a troublemaker. Anybody that tries to make changes to the status quo, anybody that tries to improve life for the downtrodden, troublemaker. Yeah, you know, that's what they said about Jesus. I don't believe Jesus existed, but that's what they said. Troublemaker. So, I don't know. I think you might be a little bit of a hypocrite dipshit there a little bit, dude.
But he got this marketing machine behind him, and then people start believing all this crap. You know, I don't know. It's just bizarre. It's bizarre. You know, and I really think his dad is Frank Davis. His dad's not Barack Obama Sr.
Yeah, Dreams from My Real Father.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
His
That guy
dad's
who
not
put
even
that
his
together
dad.
Really did a great job.
He's so
And
evil,
Frank Marshall
Obama.
Davis, yeah, he seems to be
Trump.
the one.
Marshall
2020.
Davis,
Right.
Oh, Frank Davis is that. Yeah, it's Frank Marshall. Frank
Right.
Davis, that drug guy from Vietnam.
Right.
Technically, he should not even have been able to be president.
Right, but let me explain this. And a guy named Kurt Kallenbach said this on a video. You got to
Must be
realize
true,
that this
then.
country is not a country. It's a de facto country. Okay.
Okay.
It's a corporation that was formed in 1871, reorganized in 1878, and bankrupted in 1933.
I've heard all this Alex Jones bullshit
Okay, so
directly from
basically,
Alex Jones.
We've been enemies of the state, which state means nation, since 1933, declared by FDR. So we're actually enemies in our own country. So that's one. So
Why the
back
fuck
when
would you
they
be enemies in your own?
first
What is
declared
that?
United
Makes
States
no
citizens,
sense.
1867 or 1868. Okay, that was for the blacks walking around because they had nowhere to go. They were free slaves. No one would hire them. No one would house them or anything. So it made them U.S. citizens. So the only thing they did, and if you study the original 13th Amendment to the Constitution, that was no titles of nobility was ever supposed to hold public office in this country. Titles of nobility is honor. I don't let anybody call me sir or mister because that's a title, or esquire, which is an attorney.
Who
We
cares?
started flooding this country with attorneys after the Civil War, actually during the Civil War.
So basically, the 13th
Oh, no,
Amendment didn't
attorneys.
free the slaves; it made us all
Made
slaves.
us all- well, actually, that's the 14th Amendment. Made us all
14th
slaves.
made us all
So they
slaves,
took
right?
the
Yes,
original
all
13th Amendment,
slaves.
hit it,
Right.
and made it said that was the one that freed the slaves.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, it's not going to matter soon because the Muslims are going to take over and kill us all.
That's the bad side of Obama. Let the Muslim brother.
Well, you say Europe, that took 3 years to take over all of Europe.
It's
So
sad.
just
It's
the
not
most
gonna take
unhinged
long
conspiracy
because
after the other.
It's already started.
Yeah, so you've seen them telling.
I by far don't have any, all the answers, and no one does. It's just you start
Or
researching
any of the
stuff
answers.
and looking down the rabbit holes, and you think, geez, what happened?
Jeez, I bet I could build a steam-powered rocket and prove the Earth is flat. Yeah. Let's do that shit.
This country was really, it was overtaken by the Federal Reserve. But in 1933, when they filed bankruptcy, is when they turned us all into, surety, S-U-R-E-T-Y, for the national debt. Okay, excuse me, for the bankruptcy. You know what the national debt is in this country?
21 trillion, 21 and a half
You know what
trillion.
that debt actually is? It's the combined mortgages in this country.
Right.
That's the national debt.
And mortgage is death wage.
Yes, but also that goes back to 1959 Britannica.
The thing is, if they actually believed all this stuff were true, it seems like they would be more towards the communists. They would want to overthrow the government and set up a completely stateless society with mini communes, but they're like the opposite of that in their political views. So it's just doublethink. They hold two different ideas in their brains simultaneously. Both cannot be true, but they believe that they're both true. 1984 bullshit.
Encyclopedia article explains the national debt. It is a combined combination of all the mortgages in this country.
Real quick question, I gotta go.
Yeah.
What about them speaking cans?
You want to
Good
thank
luck,
you for
I don't see
Yeah, absolutely. Good luck. God bless Mike Hughes.
thank you.
This is as we can all see, this is a sign of freedom. This is a sign.
of freedom.
This is a symbol for liberty, and
Yeah.
Death.
this is an individual
Give me
right
liberty
here
or
that's
give me
doing
death.
it,
Well,
You got
from
death.
one point to the other.
I don't know Jay Leno. I know people that do, and he said once that we used to do things in this country. We won't do them anymore.
We still
Right.
do great things in this country.
Right,
What
right.
the fuck?
Yeah, you're
So
doing it.
This is part of it.
Yeah.
Maybe if it just takes a generation of young people and makes them say, "Wow, Mad Mike did this in his garage," you know what I mean? And now he's going to try to go to space. Maybe if it inspires one person to change the world, then it's worth it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have no grand illusion I'm becoming a millionaire. I don't want to become a millionaire. Okay, I just want to help change the world for a better place.
There you go. More responsibility when you have more.
I mean, he seems sort of nice in ways, but obviously incredibly unhinged. Doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Doesn't actually research. It's an old coot who has a lot of outdated ideas. So I'm going to watch this one other interview with him. But first, I'll check the chat, see what you guys got to say. If you guys have any other videos you want me to watch, let me know. How'd Jay Leno get involved? Leno's cool. I don't know. Just throwing Jay Leno out there. Maybe Jay Leno's into some of these conspiracy theories in some way. Just wondering, are you the Cult of Dusty Dude? Yes. I am the Cult of Dusty Dude, I guess. Dusty, I love brain cells here. I love brain cells too. They're pretty handy a lot of times. You son of a bitch, you really did it. Yep, he did it. He actually did it. Press F to pay respects. Libertarians don't understand freedom. Freedom to death. Give me liberty or give me death. I guess I choose death. They definitely did. Custom Dusty, your recommended videos are fascinating. How did that happen? Oh, okay. Well, I like Billie Eilish, so I listen to a lot of Billie Eilish. I like Psy, this daddy song. I got it from my daddy. I got it from my daddy. I fucking love me some Taylor Swift. The Man is an amazing song. Like, I know it's kind of a feminist song, but it's actually really touching and has a very good message, I think. The rest of this shit, I don't know. I guess it has Destiny, because I watched a Destiny debate, a couple of them the other day. What else is over there? Eminem. I don't even listen to Eminem too much, so it's mostly just like pop music and shit, because I'm lame and mainstream. I think it would seem like I'd be all alternative and shit, but I'm not. I'm just a lame old fuddy-duddy. Likes what everybody likes. We got some more super chats. Oh, look at that. Neko Ajic, $10. Hey, thank you, Neko Ajic. It's very kind of you. Wanted to prove flat Earth, prove natural selection. I know. I don't know if he had any kids or not. I always call anybody that dies in a stupid way a Darwin Award winner, but really only a Darwin Award winner is somebody that didn't have kids first. So, haven't checked into that, but definitely Darwinian. Thank you for that, Nico. Bits and Pieces, 99 cents. Thank you, Bits and Pieces. Jenny Rude, $2. The working class are slaves to starvation wages. Getting worse and worse, isn't it? Especially now that Trump is cutting billions in food stamps and shit. Stick it to the poor while the rich get richer. It's always the way it's been. Bits and Pieces, 99. I, for one, am glad this brain-dead fucker is dead. That's mean, but I kind of understand where you're coming from. All right, let's watch a little bit of this interview and see what the fuck he has to say.
And, luckily, I've lived to tell the tale.
How is it powered?
Well, pretty simple. It's totally green. It's just simply superheated water. And once it's under pressure, it makes steam. And, man, it is bad to the bone.
So where did this happen?
Amboy, California. It's on Route 66. It's an old ghost town. It's owned by one gentleman, Albert, who owns the Juan Polo Chicken restaurant chain. And he thought it was a good idea. And after about 4 months of working on it, it finally happened.
Did you have any setbacks in the process?
Oh, boy, setbacks. Yeah, I think I lost count after about 40. Yeah,
Really?
So,
Really?
yes, it was, and those started actually 2 days before I even arrived. The BLM started contacting me, and they conveniently forgot the conversation I had with them where they had given the permission or the okay to the FAA, and that was their decision on allowing me to jump, actually launch where I wanted to originally.
So take us to the day that you actually launched. You're going to the rocket. You know you're going to fly in it. What's going through your mind?
Yeah, it's tough. You're excited about doing it, but you're walking up towards this rocket, and the energy is there, okay? It's that temperature, it's that pressure, and it wants to get turned loose. And you're walking up to it, you go, man, am I putting my neck in the noose? I mean, honestly, you're going,
Yes,
is this
you are.
it?
But now you're sitting in the cockpit.
Yeah.
You got to be just rolling a lot of thoughts in your head. What's going on there?
Yeah, and once I started being positioned in the cockpit, of course, my friend Waldo helped strap me in, because I can't do it by myself. All the angles are weird. You're looking up. You can't even see the belts. You're wondering, I'm saying it's going to happen now. I knew the actuator was going to work. I knew the seals were holding, and all it took was me to turn a couple of knobs and 2 ball valves, and I was up in the air.
So now you're going up in the air. Are you still thinking about what's going on? Are you able to? Were you awake, or did you pass out, or what happened? What happened?
Most people thought I was going to probably red out, and I inside myself knew I wouldn't. I kind of knew what to expect, which is kind of the most scariest part of this thing, because I'd done it before. But no, your body is trying to catch up with what's happening to it, which is a weird explanation for anything, But
I kind of wish he would have just passed out. I wonder what the last thoughts going through his brain were. I wonder if he knew, he probably didn't, that his parachute blew off. And then when thing is hurling towards the ground, he's got to know it. Got to, oh shit, well, I'm dead. Well, that's fucking it. I'm gone. Or what if he's thinking, well, maybe I can survive it. Nope. But I guess that fear didn't last long, fortunately.
But you feel like you've just left the ramp, but you're probably 500 feet up or 1,000 feet up. And once the parachute came out, I honestly felt I was flying sideways for a while. But honestly, what was happening was I was sideways, but the parachute was underneath me, deployed. So once the rocket finally stopped momentum, the parachute flipped it over.
Really?
Yeah, it was an unbelievably weird feeling. I honestly thought I was flying sideways to the ground for a while.
So now you're coming down.
Yeah. So, luckily, when you're coming down, that means the parachute's doing its job and it actually deployed.
You come down regardless if the parachute is doing its job or not. You come down a lot faster if the parachute's not doing its job, obviously.
Rocket lead the rocket itself, which pulls the parachute out. And so I knew I was descending at a slower speed, but it just, once again...
Yeah, that seems like a bad design. Have the rocket pull the parachute out? What? Wouldn't it blow the parachute off? No, it doesn't work that way. It wouldn't blow the parachute off. It did.
Felt like I was coming down too fast, and that's a hard thing to...
Yeah,
I've never been skydiving, so I don't know what to expect. So,
You're watching the ground coming
You
towards you.
skydiving,
you're
dude?
watching the ground.
What's that? What's happening here?
The first thing I thought of
creepy
was
to
I
watch.
thought, wow, this looks like Google Earth. It's the first, which is a strange thought.
Yeah.
And then I started looking for my walkie-talkie, which I had stuffed in my underneath my chest protector and my shoulder harness. I pulled it out and I called one of my crew members. I said, Danny, I think I'm coming down too fast. And he told me I was all right, but I think he did not want to alarm me. So, but my plan originally was to activate 2 chutes. I should have done it probably 3 seconds sooner, but I felt like I was going to be floating into BLM property, which I did not want to do.
And when you landed, you were upright.
Nope, it wasn't. So anyway, that was interesting to watch. It's almost like he's describing what he might have been going through right before he died. Poor dude, but at the same time, he was sort of fucked in the brain. This is your brain on conspiracy theories. Not the best. Let's see what you guys have to say in the Twitter post. Once again, Cult of Dusty 1, Cult of Dusty 1, Cult of Dusty 1 on Twitter. I used to be Cult of Dusty, but something happened to my account. Somebody's fan base had my account that I spent 10 years building permanently banned. I wonder who that was. But yep, for those of you just joining us, here's the guy about to die. Yeah, the rocket pulls out the parachute. It blows it off, dude. Doesn't seem like it was attached to very securely. If some steam rockets could just blow that shit off, and goddamn, he didn't get very high. Like he could have just taken a small plane to get that high or whatever. But maybe it was rigged so his evidence wouldn't get out. I know this guy must be joking. Could have just bought a window seat plane ticket, but okay, yeah, like could have done anything. Could have attached a camera to a balloon. That's been done. You can get really high with that. You can see the curvature of the Earth by doing that. I've showed videos on my show before where they've done that. So, flat earthers are the best. There has to be some sort of mental issue involved. Like I said, it's just conspiracy theories. I'm convinced that originally the flat Earth shit was meant to be a joke, but people started taking it seriously because it's like the Q conspiracy theories, Pizzagate. You just can start to believe fucking anything's true. Why not? Everything's so crazy. I guess he didn't understand the gravity of the situation. I see what you did there. Holy shit. Well, he put his money where his mouth is. I'll give him that. Yeah, he did. He lived his value system, I guess, right to the grave. This is great. Thank you. It's not that great. It's interesting. People who don't understand science shouldn't attempt to dabble in it. That's true. I mean, you definitely shouldn't put your line on the line for it. But I mean, I guess there's some instances where I guess putting your life on the line to try to advance society is a good idea. And I guess maybe that's what he thought he was doing. He just was choosing a foolish direction to try to improve society, a way that doesn't actually improve society. That actually sucks. Flat Earth stuff aside, I was actually rooting for him. A do-it-yourself astronaut making it to orbit would have been amazing. Yeah, it would have been cool. He didn't even get close, though. I mean, when your parachute gets blown off by steam engines in the back, because it's not secured enough. That's like 101 type shit, right? What the fuck were they yelling and crying? What did they think would happen? Well, they're all delusional conspiracy theorists. They probably thought he would make it to space and prove the Earth was flat, and then he would come down safely, and they would hoist him on their shoulders and carry him around like the hero he is. So, surprise! That didn't happen. The rockets will land nicely where it started, SpaceX style. Yeah, that's probably what they thought. They've watched too many billionaires do it with modern technology, and they're like, yeah, Steam can do the same exact shit. This guy's a genius. He dead. Indeed, he is dead. He is very dead. I'm totally positive he knows the Earth is round now. Nope, I don't think he knows anything now. Unless there is some kind of afterlife I'm not aware of. Maybe there is. That would be nice. This wasn't science. This was stupidity and hubris. Possible mental illness. Yes. I mean, there's probably a little bit of science mixed in there with this stupidity. Dusty Smith. That guy could have just bought a plane ticket window seat and seen the curvature Earth and lived to tell about it. Yep. Just read that. He is dead. They like to deny the plane view, as the windows are shaped a certain way, and that's what makes it look like it's curved. I guess anything that they can tell themselves to keep believing their conspiracies. There's a documentary about these flat earthers on Netflix, I think it's still on there, where they do scientific tests using lasers, and their tests show them that the Earth is round, and they're like, we must be doing the test wrong. There must be some kind of error. We got to figure out what the error is, because it's not showing the Earth is flat. So they basically even deny their own evidence when they prove to themselves it's not true. Yeah, you did it to yourself. I know. Was that interview from the test flight or something? Yeah, he did another flight last year, and that interview was from that. I might find out. Let me look up, see if I can find some more videos of him giving interviews. I should have done this ahead of time. USA Today article, Mad Muse Flat Earth Homemade Rocket Interview. I guess this is the beginning of him building his rocket.
What's going on?
Okay, so it is Saturday, I believe December 2nd. The days have ran into each other the last week with me. So
Another thing I noticed too, like this is in 2017, and it seems like in just a year, he looks a lot worse to me. I don't know, maybe that's my imagination. Maybe it's just the hair. Like he might have aged a lot in that year. Maybe it was a lot of stress going through with this whole ridiculous, foolhardy experiment.
basically, the BLM came out to the jump site yesterday and explained that I was actually still on their property by 150 feet. And so basically, we've uprooted everything, as you can see in the background. And then we're going to move the rocket over to Albert's property, who owns Amboy.
That all looks safe, doesn't it?
Chicken restaurant chain.
It looks like something the Coyote would build in a Roadrunner cartoon. And it turned out pretty much exactly like that.
We was on it already, and we're going to reset back up. We've got to build maybe a 50-foot road to even get over to the area we need to be. And we're going to have a level spot for the rocket launcher now. So hopefully we can be set back up by tomorrow afternoon.
And what are you trying to prove here?
Well, basically, the jump itself, we're just trying to jump a mile with about 1,800 feet altitude. And the purpose of this jump was to raise awareness, put my name back in the media, which is done around the world. And after this jump, we're going to start raising money to put me into the space, the edge of space, which is called the Kármán line, 62 miles up. And we have a plan to do that. And I believe we already have the propulsion system to do that. But it's $1.8 million, and we will prove if the Earth is flat, round, shaped like a frisbee, or if we don't even live on it, if it's all illusionary.
Oh, God, we've already proven it. God damn it, they've been to space tons of times. Just tie a fucking camera to a balloon. What is the fucking deal with you motherfuckers? It's so silly and crazy. But I guess, he was just trying to raise money so he could buy a $1 million rocket propulsion system. Seems like for that much money, you could just buy like a trip on one of those Russian space shuttle things, right? Why do you need your own? Why do you need to do any of this?
What is your what do you think the Earth looks like?
It's probably like a frisbee with turned up edges. Auguste Picard, a very brilliant man, went up in his own spear in 1931, which is documented. He took off from Soldier Field in Chicago, and they actually thought he was lost in space. He came down, I think, a day late or something like that, and And he got down. He said, you know, it kind of looks. He went up 10 miles. He said it kind of looks flat with turned up edges. So, what? And this is a hard thing for most people to get their arms around. It was for me initially, also.
Definitely.
But you know, you got to realize most things that we are taught and told in our lifetime is not true. Okay, it's been altered, fabricated. It didn't ever exist, or they had an agenda, and that's almost everything. I don't care.
I mean, that is true. A lot of things we've been talking about in history are absolutely not true. History is written by the victors, and it's written through a certain mindset, usually to the benefit of whoever's in power at the time. You know, whatever like class is in power. And in this country, it's traditionally been white men, and so it's been slanted to make things look a lot better for them than it actually was. But at the same time, like when you get to the point where you can't believe anything, then why do you believe the conspiracy theories? It's good to question everything, but you're not really questioning everything. You're believing the dumbest stuff that you're told.
School system, these wars, everything else. So basically, what's happened is what I discovered, what I researched for 4 to 5, maybe 6 months, and I could not dismiss it, that the world, I believe, is honestly flat. Okay? Of course, it's got mountains and whatever, but there's no curvature.
Mm-hmm.
The Earth is supposed to be 25,000 miles around the equator. Okay? That's what they tell us it is. Well, that equates out to 8 inches per mile squared. Okay? It's supposed to drop. So it's going to drop 8 inches that way, and behind me. Squared. So you actually start going down 100 miles, it's quite a bit of curve. In other words, between California and Hawaii, there should be 700, I think, 40-something miles of curve, maybe 50 miles, 750 miles of curve between California and Hawaii. And it's not there. It's not there, folks. Okay?
The planes
Now,
actually fly in a specific direction to
Bolivia.
use less energy to get around the
80
curvature
miles
of the
wide,
Earth.
100 miles long. That is completely flat. So if there's not any curvature there, where's that curvature made up at? See? So what they're hiding is in Antarctica. They have an
flat,
Antarctica
and then
treaty
it's
which has been
really
around
curved over
since
around here.
58.
It's like an
And
oblong.
also in 1958, they formed NASA. They also found out of the Van Allen radiation belts in 1958. Now they also started firing nuclear weapons up into the sky between 58 and 62 from Russia and here in this country. They didn't tell anybody about. What were they doing shooting nukes up in the sky? We think they're trying to break through the firmament, which the firmament would be, which is mentioned in the Bible, which covers the whole planet. It's kind of like a biosphere.
Uh-huh.
Now, if that's not enough for everyone,
Yeah.
19...
Now that I've proven it, by giving you absolutely no fucking proof whatsoever, just pulling shit out of my ass. Let me read the super chat real quick. Auto Potato, $5. And Dusty Kitty. Yep, appreciate that. I will buy the kitty a treat in your honor. A tip for the kitties. Thank you, Adrian. For 40-year comb. Very generous. That's 2 pounds, actually. Even better. 2 pounds from Lee Holloway. I'm finally awake to see Dusty European Gang. I'm going to start doing shows, I think, at least once a month at 8 o'clock in the morning. I might do it once a week eventually. I might switch one of the times to an earlier time slot. Seems like that's probably smart to do. Do a show in the week that my European crew can see live, and then a show that my American crew can see live. So I'm going to work on that in the future. Thank you for that. Keep up the good work, Dusty, and have a free hit from the pipe for me, please. Thank you, Josh Biddick. I will have a hit in your honor right now. Smoke them if you got them. This is my cool little, what do you call this plastic? Certain type of plastic. Got that from Amazon, and it has a little thing on the bottom. It's like a scraper. It's built into the bottom. And then it has a little secret compartment under here where you can hide a little stash of weed on the bottom. And then when you want to clean it, pop out the glass part. And it's really easy to clean. Best pipe I ever owned. It was only $10. So I should get them to sponsor the show. Smoke them if you got them. That's what you guys have to say in the regular chat. And I'll continue on with his insanity. His numbers are wrong. He didn't do the math. Yeah, I'm sure I can look it up and it's all fucking completely wrong. But I'm sure you guys are smarter than I am and you can correct it in the chat. You hit the firmament, I know, right? That's what Ken Hovind used to teach. The reason that dinosaurs existed, dinosaurs were just giant lizards, basically. And it was like a hyperbaric chamber on the Earth. Because the Earth had water surrounding it. And the water created this like hyperbaric chamber with super oxygenated atmosphere. And that's what caused the plants to grow so big. That's what caused the dinosaurs to grow so big. And of course, this happened like 6,000 years ago. This is recent. And then when God caused the flood, see, the flood didn't just come up from the bottom. It just didn't come up from the rain. God basically destroyed the firmament, and the firmament crashed down. And so we don't have the super oxygenated planet like we used to. And that's why there's no more dinosaurs, because the lizards couldn't get enough oxygen to make them huge like they are now, or like they were back then. So that explains everything. It's literally what I used to believe when I was a Christian, because of Ken Hovind. Because I didn't want to believe in evolution. And the Bible does say the earth is 6,000 years old. And if you think, oh, well, the Bible's 100% true, regardless of what it says, then you're like, okay, well, you got to have some kind of explanation for this. You have to explain this away sometime. He explained it away perfectly. I mean, wrong and stupid and silly in every goddamn possible way. But if you want to believe it, it's something to believe, for sure. Cult of Dusty. Tulsi thinks she can win Maine and Utah in the Democratic primary. Yeah, she's full of shit. She's not going to win anything. But at least she did come out and say that she thinks whoever gets the most votes in the primary should get the nomination. So that's good. She's one of the few people to actually say that. What is your stance on Indigenous rights? It's an issue near and dear to me, since I have a lot of Native Canadian ancestry. Obviously, we have treated Indigenous people incredibly fucking horrible. If we get them, if they're being discriminated against still for being Indigenous, then fuck that. They should have exactly the same kind of laws made about them that other minorities and trans people and gay people do. Other than that, I'd have to see what you're talking about on a policy by policy level to decide. Bernie is pissing off establishment. I love it. I'm they're freaking fucking out, right? The billionaires who own all our media aren't very happy at all. Yang is now on CNN's show. Yep, I saw that. People mad at Yang. The Yang gang disappointed in fucking Yang. And I'm disappointed too, but he's going with the money. He knows what side his bread is buttered on. Gotta make those dollar bills, y'all. Wrong. Bible doesn't say 6,000 years. That's what rabbis say. The Bible does say that. The Bible gives you the lineages from, I think, Abraham to Jesus directly, and it gives you every single one of them. And if you add up the ages of everybody it lists, it adds up to about 6,000 years old, or maybe it's 4,000 since the flood, something like that. So there is a roundabout way that you can come up with that number. Now, is it a silly way they do it to come up with that number? Yes, of course. It's the Bible. Everything about it's fucking silly. But there's definitely a semi-mathematical way they do come up with that number by using the information it says in the Bible. I was taught that shit my whole life, so I believe it. Will Bloomberg skip next debate? I wouldn't blame him. But, I mean, if he doesn't show up to debates, I think that will hurt him also. So, I don't know. Hopefully he'll just fade away. Is there footage of the flat earther dying? Yes, we want to see this one more time. I played this a couple times. For those of you who are just joining us, this is what happened. He got in his rocket, his steam-powered rocket. And like he said, right behind the rocket, the rocket itself actually blows out the parachute. But I guess it ripped the parachute free and blew it off. And I don't know if people that are watching it realize that's not supposed to happen. Yeah, showing the camera. And then, yep. It is coming down like a missile. Literally like a missile. And yes, arrowed perfectly, and boom, he dead. Yep, trigger warning. He very dead. So, yeah, that's not great. Let that be a lesson for all of you guys. Don't be that guy. Because that guy's dead now. And, go back to the chat. Chatty chat, chat, chat. David Soul, $5. Bernie makes history winning first 3 states popular vote. Median fans and other candidates still brain dead about what's coming. Poor Chris Matthews is going to have an aneurysm. It's like Nazi taking over France. Yeah. Bernie is so much like the Nazis, isn't he? You scared ass motherfucker. I don't blame you for being scared. We coming for that cheddar, y'all. We coming for that money. Be very afraid. I love... was this video and smack ouch. Okay. Not great. No, not the best ever. Not really what you want for you. I wouldn't think. Thanks for showing again, Dusty. Sorry for being late. Hey, no problem. This is a special Sunday service I'm putting on for you guys. Thought it'd be fun to pick one particular topic and just make a whole little short video about it during live stream and talk to you guys and hang out. So what better do I have to do on a Sunday than hang out with all my best buds? You guys, who I love so much. This is what stupidity gets you. Yep. Definitely overestimating your own abilities, that's for sure. Did someone woohoo in the background before he fell, or was that just my ears? I don't know. That was wild. It is wild. Definitely is wild. You guys want to see it one more time? I don't hear any woohoos. That person's filming the parachutes. They probably knew that was not good. And then you can hear them. I heard some no's. Yeah, they're starting to get it. Like, oh shit. Is this part of it? Was this the plan? I think he might be coming in a little fast. Anybody else think he might? Oh, splat. Yeah. Yeah, that's coming in fast. Exactly like a Wile E. Coyote cartoon. That's some crazy ass shit, yo. Let me check the, what you guys on Facebook and Twitch up to today? Anything interesting going on? Ejection sheets are for the weak. I know that's a whole nother bit of engineering he would have to do. That's what we call suboptimal launch. Yes, very suboptimal. Not well planned out. Like the snake chuckers church in Kentucky. Yep. Getting bit by a poisonous snake and dying. Similar shit. Which is why aerospace designs have quad redundancy. Yep, you need lots of different backups in case of failure. Because every failure is potentially extremely lethal when you're dealing with shit like that. Wait, they're taking into account hyperoxygenation from determination, but not in carbon dating? Yep. Carbon dating doesn't work, man. He explains why carbon dating doesn't work. I can't remember exactly what he says. Of course, it's stupid. We got the same one here. Hello, just blue. Oh, you're talking about the pipe. Yeah, the pipe is pretty cool. It's a 3D. Is it 3D printed? Is it? Talking about my pipe. I got this honeycomb. It's even got bees on it. Pretty cool. I was wanting another pipe that wouldn't keep breaking and that was easy to clean and shit. And so I did some research, and it's the one I found. They should sponsor the show. Whoever the fuck they are. Guess we'll watch a little bit more of this interview he's giving here. It's only a little bit left.
1954, a very famous discoverer, explorer, a very well-respected man, Admiral Byrd, on national live television, stated on the other side of Antarctica there is a landmass bigger than the United States never explored. He said this on live TV, okay? Why would he make it up? Because he don't need. He was one of the best known guys in the world. Why he doesn't need to make up anything. So if you look on a globe,
all right, let me see if this is true or not. Let's do a little fact checking in real time here. What did he say this guy's name was?
Down where that would be at, that piece of land would be the Indian Ocean. There's no land there. So that is another reason for me to think that the world really is flat. Antarctica is full of resources. Uranium, coal,
Did I go back far enough?
So that is another reason. Globe, down where that would be at, that piece of land would be the Indian Ocean. There's no land there. So that is another reason for me to think that the world really is flat. Antarctica is full of resources.
Did I skip it? What the fuck
explored. Is it? He said this on live TV, okay? One stated on the other respected man, Admiral for everyone. 1954, a very famous discoverer,
1954.
explorer, a very well-respected man, Admiral Byrd. All
right, 1954, Admiral Byrd. Let's look that up. 1954, Admiral Byrd, Antarctica. Research line. God damn it. Oh, shit was cut off. 1954, Admiral Byrd, Antarctica. We'll try that shit again. Boom. Maybe I got close. All right, Admiral Byrd. It's with a Y. All right, let's look up Richard Byrd. Operation Deep Freeze. The Covenant of United States mission to Antarctica, beginning with Operation Deep Freeze in 1955-56, followed by Operation Deep Freeze 2, Operation Deep Freeze 3, and so on. Given the continuing constant U.S. presence in Antarctica since that date, Operation has come to be used as a general term for the U.S. operation on the continent. Okay. Richard Byrd. Apparently he was a real person that exists. Marriage, personal life, education, First World War, post-war, controversy. Since 26, there have been doubts raised, defenses made, and heated controversy on whether or not Byrd actually reached the North Pole. In 1958, Norwegian American aviator... Okay, that's not what I want to hear. I don't see any evidence of him saying anything about no Antarctica or there being a mass on the other side of Antarctica. Nope, no mention of that there. So I'm not able to back up what the fuck he is saying. Alright, well, I could not easily find any confirmation that in 1954 Admiral Byrd said this about Antarctica. So if anybody else wants to do further research while I'm not live on the fucking air, be sure to fact check me and find whatever you can to let me know about it. But couldn't verify, dude, shockingly.
National Live Television.
Alright, already heard that.
Years worth, and that's what they're protecting. It's all militarized. So once you know all these other facts, and then you know that they see space walks they do in space is done in a 40-foot deep by 300-foot pool. That's documented, and they got full-scale models on there of their ISS and all the Apollo missions and everything, and even China has one down, and that's how they fake these spacewalks. Because supposedly,
that's the truth, folks.
If you're up in space, you're traveling at 17,000 miles an hour. So how do you? I would think you'd have to hold on after you come out with spacecraft, wouldn't you? And they never show them going back into an airlock. So they're exiting. They're inside the spacecraft. They have to go into an airlock before they, leave that area to go outside. They never show that airlock door. No one does. So it's just a whole lot of things that
proof. No
This is all
airlock
fraud,
door,
too.
folks.
And I know it's a lot for people to get a hold of.
It is.
But
But you seem like
it
you
is
know what you're
it
doing.
is.
So
So do you want to be the one who kind of opens the eyes? Do you want to be the...
Other people's open the eyes. There's a guy named Eric Dubé in Thailand who is a brilliant man about explaining all this. He's forgotten more than I'll ever know about it. And he's got a very nice voice. He's a martial artist, and he teaches yoga. And he's just a well-spoken man. And he'll explain to you about. He's got a lot of videos about the flat Earth.
He'll
about
gish gallop
dinosaurs,
about
and why
bullshit.
they've done this. One of the big delusion is about all this. So I just started putting all the pieces together, which is what I do. I take everything, a big thing, take it down to small pieces. I understand, and put it back up to the big thing. That's what I did with flat Earth, and I couldn't dismiss it.
that's what I did with this rocket. Took very basic ideas and put it all together and made this rocket that's definitely going to work and not get me killed. Don't know, dude. Anyway, flat earthers are kooky. We already knew that. But building your own steam rocket and getting yourself killed in it is next fucking level shit, dude. Like, kudos on the level of craziness that you're reaching. Let me check out the chat. Byrd makes history winning first 3 states popular vote. Media and fans of other candidates still brain dead about what's coming. I know, right? I think they're starting to wake up a little bit. They're starting to realize what the fuck's happening. But, don't blame him for being scared. Now he's in little pieces. Yep. Broken it all back down again. Hey, say what you will about the man. But he's sporting that orange two-top like no one fucking business. Yep. He don't give a fuck. Gotta give him that. He was brave. I will admit that. Dusty Smith, is your donation link here current? I tried to help out last week, but still not sure if it made it to... Yes, it is. That's... sorry if I don't respond to donations made through that. I don't see them until after the show's over because it goes directly to my PayPal account, and I don't have my email loaded up. So unlike the Super Chats where it pops it up right here in the window, I don't see it till after the show, but I definitely got it, and I really appreciate it. You rock. Thank you that. Further back, Dusty, I know. I'm stoned. I'm working on it. It's hard to do all this when you're fucking stoned. A lot to keep in mind. That's why I don't smoke weed when I do my regular shows. Like, between 12 hours before I do my regular shows, I sober up. Bernie Mac winning all 50 states. I'd love to see that happening. Landslide victory. They'd still probably try to take it away from him. He's probably talking about the landmass of Antarctica that is currently under 2 miles of ice. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if that were true. I'm sure there's plenty of unexplored area in Antarctica under ice and shit. Just like there's plenty of unexplored area in the ocean. We'll get it there someday. We'll have drones and robots and shit that'll take care of all our exploring. Bird and Num Num. Bird story is hyped BS. Not surprised at all. Admiral Byrd is frozen right next to Steve Rogers. Thaw him out. Says UFOs can fly through the Earth's pole to pole. It's BS. Who said that? Oh, Bird story. Byrd said UFOs can fly through the Earth pole to pole? How did they not get burned up by the mantle in the center? Why would they just not teleport? Why would they have to fly through the Earth? That doesn't make any sense. Dusty in research mode. I usually do better research than that when I'm not live on the air. But I just wanted to see if I could quickly and easily find what he was talking about. And like when you can't even quickly and easily find what the fuck they're talking about, that's never a good sign. Hughes just gave us all the bird. Gave himself the bird. And he crashed. Like a wingless bird. YouTube Admiral Byrd. Okay, YouTube Admiral Byrd. Let's do it. YouTube Admiral Byrd and see what the fuck comes up. Admiral Byrd in Antarctica for geophysical year 1956. Okay.
Almost 15,000 miles south, Admiral Byrd leads another American expedition, reopening Little America in the hostile Antarctic. A moment of prayer, and Little America the Fifth is formally dedicated near Admiral Byrd's 4 previous Antarctic headquarters.
America.
These pictures were taken on the famous Ross Shelf ice and carefully preserved during the long trip back. They show equipment being landed at our scientific outpost for the coming international...
All right, they definitely seem to have gone to Antarctica and set up some shit. Where is the one that's supposed to tell me about UFOs and land masses and shit? Oh, the secret land Antarctica U.S. Navy operation jump reel. All right, let's check this shit out. 30 minutes? I ain't watching this shit for 30 minutes.
James V. Forrestal explains the reasons for the Enterprise.
Operation High Jump, the greatest polar expedition.
All right, it's a bunch of boring old white men doing the shit that boring old white men do. Where is directly the fucking shit he was saying? Ancient aliens, the hollow earth theory. Oh, God. If it's on ancient aliens, you know it must be true. I'm not saying it was aliens, but it was aliens. Love that guy. All right. You guys have to be more fucking specific if you got any information about this obvious, ridiculous bullshit. Let me know. Keep me posted on it. Pull up the chat. Pull up the chat. Hells yeah. All right. What you guys got to say? Cult of Dusty. Bernie has an executive order to legalize weed if he wins. Hell yeah. It's still going to be like illegal statewide though. So even if he makes it federally legal, that only helps a minimum amount. Unfortunately, here in Mississippi, that's probably the last fucking place that you'll be able to grow weed. But, man, as soon as it's fucking legal, man, I'm going to have all kinds of videos on this subject because I know a lot about it, to be honest with you. Stone Dusty. Hell yeah. Stone Dusty's the best Dusty. I'm pretty chill. We just chilling, getting high, hanging out with all my best buds. I love all you guys. Love the 50s narrator, though. Yeah, I love those propaganda sounding. The United States is the greatest country that ever existed, and this is how it became this way. Ebola Gay. I think you're thinking about the Enola Gay, which was an airplane, I think. I think Ebola Gay would be something else completely. I hope they don't fuck Bernie over with the super delegates. Well, I mean, if they want to destroy the Democratic Party, that would be very sad, because I thought the Republican Party was going to collapse. And now they're trying to collapse the Democratic Party instead, when the Republican Party is on the ropes, could easily be dissolved. We could actually have another party, perhaps, that could spring up that could actually be better than the fucking clown show the Republican Party's turned into. And not just a clown show, but the incredibly harmful organization it has become, where it literally works against the best interests of most people for the good of the super rich. It's just, that needs to go away. And I thought it was going to, and now the DNC is just trying to blow everything fucking up because they're not exactly the same. People that say, oh, the Republicans and Democrats are exactly the same. No, they're not. You look at the votes that they actually cast on issues. They're not exactly the same, but are they both owned by the corporations? Yes. To different degrees, yes, they absolutely are. And they are full of incredibly rich people who are really not interested in paying their fair share back to society. So, sad but true. Hey, Leonard Rockstrom gave me $6.66. All right. The monetary sum of the devil. Appreciate that. You rock. Linda Rockstrom. Hope you're having a good Sunday. Don't buy corporate weed. I'll teach you guys how to grow your own weed very easily once it's legal to do so. Not that I would ever do that or have ever done that. I wouldn't do that. And I've never done that. But I just know how you do it. So I have that information in my brain for some reason. I should stay at home yesterday. You should have stayed at home yesterday. Why? Where'd you go? What'd you do? Mystery Science Theater 3000. Have you seen Glenn? I haven't seen that, but I know what Mystery Science 3000 is, so I sort of get the reference. Destiny thinks workers are stupid. Some workers are stupid. Some of them are not. Workers are like everybody else. Just like billionaires are like everybody else. Some billionaires are smart. Some billionaires are stupid. Just depends on who the person is. And I did think Destiny came out looking worse in that debate with Vosh. You were like, you're just saying they both look bad because you have this thing against Vosh. Like, I don't have a thing against Vosh. I don't know why you guys think that. Just because I don't kiss his ass all the time and criticize him occasionally doesn't mean that I dislike him. It's like I've said before, I consider it like an unwanted mentorship. But I don't think either one of them came out looking very good in that debate because they were just screaming at each other for the most part. Like, I understand what Destiny's point was, even though I disagree with parts of it, and I understand why he felt that he was being misrepresented by Vosh. But at the same time, the way he handled it was cringe as fuck. Egos are so huge in those situations. It's just, it comes off as suboptimal. That's the word I'll use. But Dusty, hydro or cocoa? Hydro, of course. Definitely. I do the bucket bubbler method, where you use 5-gallon buckets and just the nutrients, and then you have like a fish bubbler in the bottom of it. Very easy to do. Works amazingly. Dusty and Voss need to get together and chat. We've already got together and chat. I've had Voss on the show before. We had a nice chat, I thought. I just kind of distanced myself with him because, like, I understand why he's doing it, but he tends to use a lot of the same toxic behavior that the skeptics were using to get popular. And I kind of find that cringy and don't want to be a part of that. So, like, when he does that, it works because it does attract a huge percentage of, I call them shitlords, but these 4chan type people that love that kind of edgy, toxic behavior. And so it's making him way more popular, and I totally understand why he does that. It's just that I don't want to be involved in that because, like, I'm just past all that edgy, cringy, toxic bullshit. And so I don't want to have to answer for what he does by platforming him and being all buddy-buddy and acting like I don't ever call him out or say shit about it. Because then people are like, well, you're doing exactly what you accuse them to do with your own head, right? You don't call them out for the shit that you disagree with them about. You just let them have a pass. And I just want to, like, live my truth and have integrity enough to call everybody out, regardless of if I mostly agree with them or not, Not get involved in these cliques and shit. But it's very hard to grow if you're not involved in the cliques. That's for goddamn sure. Destiny reminded me of the angry Marvin the Martian. He definitely was angry. Definitely screaming a lot. I don't know. It seems to me like he needs just to smoke some weed and just chill out and just, discuss. Don't let somebody shit-talking you hurt your ego where it makes you angry and lash out, because then you come off looking worse. It's way better if you just very calmly address what's being said and correct the record if you need to and move on. That's my experience. Of course, I've been through that too. I've done debates too where I was really mad and screaming, and I went back and watched them, and I was like, nope, that's not how you do that. And you just learn from your mistakes, and you reassess and recalibrate and do better next time. That's all you can really do. Because you called him Hollywood Man Bun, it's Beverly Hills Man Bun. According to him, he was raised in Beverly Hills, and I can't imagine his parents are poor living in Beverly Hills. So he might have, like, had to work or take jobs and stuff to pay for schooling and whatnot, but I'm pretty sure if his parents lived in Beverly Hills and he grew up in Beverly Hills, he knew that he had a fallback. He knew that if it came down to it, he could ask his parents to help and stuff. And when you have that fallback, it takes a lot of stress off you when you don't have that fallback. Like for me, I grew up in the poor part of the poor state, and mostly in and around black neighborhoods, which is, usually the poorest part of Mississippi, because that's the way racism has set things up. And like going to college was never even an idea in my head. No one ever said to me, ever, once in my whole life, you ever thought about going to college? Or here, I'm going to help you go to college. Or here's a way you go to college. It was never meant, like no teachers, no fucking guidance counselors ever said it to me. So like, I never even thought of it. I knew it wasn't an option for me. And I knew, like, I didn't have, my dad gave me nothing except for the family name. Left me nothing. And my mom was a poor working woman, who raised 4 kids by herself, making minimum wage, she didn't have anything. So I didn't have any fallback. And it's just, it gives you a different view of the world when you don't have that safety net to help you out. So, I don't know. It's just different backgrounds, different experiences. Costa Dusty, do you think the Democrats can reclaim Senate because 4 Republican senators are vulnerable? Yeah, I think Democrats could absolutely reclaim the Senate. Would love to see it happen. Wouldn't be surprised as long as the DNC doesn't fuck everything up. Costa Dusty, could you get Iran from Re-Education on the show? Okay, I'll look into that. I don't know who that person is, but if you guys want to send me a link on Culta Dusty 1 on my Twitter account, do that and I'll check that out. Rich kids always love poverty tourism. What is poverty tourism? Is that where you take people to the poor parts of town and show it off? I don't even know what that is. But I do live in a real poor part of town still. I actually really love this house. I think I'll die in this house. And I actually got really lucky because even though I live in a real poor area and there's like in the surrounding neighborhoods right around this one, the crime is a lot worse than it is right here. And I just got lucky because my neighbors here are really good. But like even here though, like right across the street, my neighbor's son lives in his van out in front of the house. And I don't know why. I don't know like what their relationship is where he can't go live in the house. But yeah, he's a 30-something-year-old man living in his van out in front of my house. And so I live right in poverty all the time. I see it all the time. And when you live it every day, it just gives you a different view of the world. You know, you feel more pressing upon you to not only use your platform to make the social change that'll help things, but take responsibility yourself to help, which is I've tried to do. Like I had the guy who was living in his van fix my car, and I paid him way more than I would have paid a dealership if I'd have taken it in. But I usually try to pay people more than I have to if they need help, because I just morally I feel obligated to do that. So, Costa, you might call it slumming it, poverty tourism. There's a Pulp song about it. Common people. You mean like rich kids pretending to be poorer than they are, living around poor people, but at the same time knowing they have a fallback, so they don't really have to stress out about it as much. Is that what you mean? James Carville's wife is a libertarian. She's a Republican fucking operative. Those rich assholes. Most people don't know this, but James Carville and his wife literally run a company called Gaslight Inc. These people that consider themselves elites, they like get off on naming their companies things like Shadow Inc. or, Fraud Guarantee or Gaslight Inc. While they literally go on TV and gaslight everybody because they think we're stupid. They think it's funny. Like, hey, we're telling them directly what's happening. We're telling them right to their face, these fucking idiots. And they just laugh. We see through you motherfuckers, though. Dipshit snakehead. Dusty is a real dude. I'm a real dude. I just try to be me and don't worry about it too much, Nick. I think I've come a long way. I don't own any shoes. I wear flip-flops everywhere, and I wear sweatpants everywhere, and I wear this shirt that I bought for $5 everywhere, and I just try to keep it simple. Not try to impress anybody. Takes a lot of the stress off, that's for sure. 500,000 go bankrupt each year due to medical bills. I think that number's close. I did do some research on that not long ago. 500,000 Americans are homeless. Yeah, I think there's like over a million and a half empty homes in the United States, too. That's how little we care about our fellow human beings. Dusty Smith, Destiny just sort of came in swinging on Vosh's stream. Yeah, he did. I think he was watching Vosh talk about him, and he felt like Vosh was misrepresenting him. And it sounded like he might have been drinking. I have no idea. But yeah, he came in extremely hot. I'm not trying to say that Destiny didn't instigate it. I'm just saying, to me, neither one of them came off looking very well. To me. But Vosh definitely came off looking better. No doubt about that. But just neither one particularly good, in my opinion. But it's fine if people disagree. If you like that, that's cool. I don't really agree that Vosh performed particularly bad in that interaction. I mean, he could have been calmer, not screened back and stuff. I think he'll learn that with experience and time. Like, I think it would have been just better for him to stay incredibly fucking calm and just sit back and let Destiny just scream his ass off. And then calmly slip the knife in here and there. poke the bear a little bit, and then make it even more angry where he's just screaming back, and then Vosh stays so calm, and then when he's done, just slip the knife between the ribs a little bit. I think that's more entertaining and more effective. But, that's my current style that I would prefer to use, and maybe it's not for everybody. Just my opinion. Who gives a shit what I think? I just hope it won't fuck up their upcoming debate in March. There's so much interesting content that could come of that interaction if it doesn't get bogged down in stupid fucking... Yeah, they don't scream at each other. If they do it like I said, they just calmly talk about each other, to each other. Like when Vosh was on my show, like we agreed on a lot of stuff, but the stuff that I disagree with him on, we talked about, and I explained my position, and he explained his position, and we were both incredibly calm and nice to each other, and I think we both made our points, and it was fine. Like, I think that's just the better way to do it than screaming debates. But what else I got? Mainstream media is pretending that George McGovern was only progressive who ran for office. I don't really know much about George McGovern. I'm not going to try to talk about it because that would be fake. Earth is flat and under a dome. I know, right? There's a firmament up there. It says so in the goddamn Bible. I mean, it does say there's a firmament in the Bible. It says the earth is flat. It says you can stand on top of a mountain and see the four corners of the earth. It's very clear about all that. Earth is flat. But, and some people will say, it also says the earth is round. It says the round of the earth. Yeah, well, the earth can be both flat and round at the same time. Round doesn't mean sphere. Round is a shape, a two-dimensional shape. So that doesn't contradict anything. It was disappointing, that debate. Yeah, it was just mostly screaming. Like, I think they were talking past each other. I think that Destiny was just trying to explain his position, that he's not saying every poor person has the capability of moving if they're in a bad situation. But he was just pointing out that that is one avenue they can explore if they're able to find a better job. And then he felt like Vosh was misrepresenting him, and he got really angry, and they were just talking past each other, screaming over it. But I get it. Let's see. Oh, we got another Cam Ruby. Hey, what's up, Cam Ruby? How you doing? Are you having a good Sunday? Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. I just thought of the Slim Pickens scene from Dr. Strangelove when the flat earth fool hit the dirt. Someone should add Slim's Yahoo to the clip. Yeah, I know, right? I expect to see like a big Acme box next to it. But yeah, Slim Pickens waving his cowboy hat around as he's falling to the earth. That is pretty accurate. 8 years of Bernie followed by an AOC presidency. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Wouldn't be too surprised to see it, but I'm not getting my hopes up because I never thought Donald Trump was going to win, and so... Dough for the dogs. Thank you, Adrian. Fornicom. Really nice of you. Appreciate that. It's even £2, which is better. Better than our funny money over here in America. Cult of Dusty, will Trump skip debates with Bernie? I don't know. He doesn't do press conferences anymore. Like they don't do the White House press conference like they used to. So wouldn't be surprised to see him skip it. Don't even know if it would hurt him or not. I don't think anything is going to hurt Trump with his base, so... Who gives a shit? To him, at least. Dusty Smith, you are so cool. No, I'm not. I'm not cool. If you knew the real me, I'm really fucking dorky in real life, so... Nothing cool about me, but I appreciate that. That video needs to get memed like crazy. It will. It'll be everywhere. They'll be spreading that shit all over the place. Research the flat earth. He smacked into it hard enough. Research complete. Cult of Dusty, if there's a dome around the earth, just think about the mega salad we can toss in this. I'm all for it. I know that you kids these days are about the butthole life, so I know how you like tossing salad and shit. What's up, Mr. Penguin? I don't want Mr. Penguin right now. You don't want to be off. You want to be over here, Mr. Penguin? You want to be on the show? You want to be a star for a second? This is Mr. Penguin. He may be the sweetest kitty I've ever seen. He's so chill. He's the perfect little stoner cat, ain't you, Mr. Penguin? Want to show him how pretty you are? Like, yeah. Guess why they call me Mr. Penguin? It's because you look like a fucking penguin, yeah. He's such a pretty boy. He's so fucking chill. He's my little sleep buddy. He's always in my crotch. Always under the covers, up in my asshole every day. That's your special safe spot, isn't it? Up in my booty. All right, baby. Thank you for being my star for a second. Kitties everywhere. I got so many fucking cats. It's amazing. Yeah, crazy cat dude. That's for sure. Would Trump actually leave office if he loses to Bernie? Yeah, Trump's not going to stay in office if he loses to Bernie. I don't believe that's going to be a problem. Bernie would be like 86. I don't think he'd make it 2 terms. He might. People are actually living a lot longer than they used to. And even if you have a heart attack, there's so much medical advances that they can keep you alive for a long fucking time, especially like if you're the president and you have the best of the best care. Dusty Smith, I agree with you entirely. Good point, sir. I appreciate it. I don't know what we're talking about, but because I missed it. But whatever I was saying before that you agree with, you're obviously very intelligent. Little kiddies. Yep, kiddies everywhere. Trump base are geared towards the rush they'll get from a landslide. Yeah. Definitely don't see a landslide happening, but I could see Trump winning again over Bernie. Definitely could happen. Gravity is magnetism from atoms. Not true. Gravity is caused by the, I don't know, I guess I could look it up and explain it. I've seen the videos, though, where they show how the space time, it's not space time, the space plane kind of dips down because of the weight of the mass of things. And so it causes other things to be kind of attracted to them because it's dipping down the plane of space with the weight of the mass. It's all about mass and interactions between material. Magnets are just heavy water molecule agglomerations that have gone through temporal incubator. You're trying to talk like this is how what's that guy's name? Peter Coffin talks in his tweets about economics. He's always using these words. It's like every tweet he uses a thesaurus on every word to try to sound super smart. It's irritating at times. They'll cut Bernie's head off and preserve it in a jar like Nixon and Futurama. That'd be funny. Put him on Bender's body. We could make our own government. Hookers and blackjack. Hell yeah, Bender is great. Bender is great. Bender is great. Gravity equals my dick is full of Higgs bosons, and so everything is attracted to my dick. My dick. The God particle. That's what I think of when I think of my dick. Every atomic particle has a magnetic force. It's all sums to gravity. HK, give me 10 pounds. Always a great show. Thanks, Dusty. Hey, thanks to you. I appreciate that. This was just kind of a impromptu surprise show. I thought I would do a little bit. Before I go, I think I'm going to cover one more video. Let's see if I can fucking find this video. Somebody was commenting to me about this video. Let's see if I bookmarked it. This is how I do my show. I set everything up through bookmarks, and so you can see some of the ideas we're going to talk about on the show tomorrow. Buck Angel acting like a fucking idiot again. We're going to cover this boxing match that happened last night. Did you guys see that shit? So much pageantry. Now they had to dress like superheroes and shit before they step into the ring. So I don't see it in here. It was the video where the lesbian YouTuber has decided she's leaving the left. Oh no! Stop! Don't go! So I thought I would play her a video, her original video, and discuss what the fuck she's talking about here. It's a video.
A little bit.
Shut the fuck up. 637,000 subscribers. It's a video that would be very at home in 2015, 2016. Oh, that was the whole video already there. I didn't realize that was the whole fucking video that she put on. So anyway, basically, she's going to do what every anti-SJW does. She's going to find the weirdest people on the extremes and show them and then claim that they somehow represent the entire left or enough of the left to actually be a problem or something you'd have to leave the left for. It's just so silly. It's absolutely propaganda. They always do this. It's very apparent she's just looking to get into that Dave Rubin type grift. No doubt she'll be on the Dave Rubin show for too long. You know, they see that the money that people like Crowder and all these anti-SJW channels are making, and they're like, yeah, I want a piece of that. So just going to copy the, what's the word I'm looking for? The template. There's a template to all this shit. They always use the same people, the same video clips. You'll see the other girl that's triggered, that they've made millions of dollars just by showing this one person, everything like this person in any meaningful way represents the left. So let me play this stupid shit. We'll talk about it.
I'm not one of them.
Okay, cool. I'm not one of them either. I'm on the left. but I don't know why this person's screaming, and there might be a good explanation for it. Maybe they're just having fun. Maybe they're just fucking around, but I'm not a part of whatever they're doing, so I don't feel the need to abandon all my beliefs, all my policy positions, because a girl who had her head shaved is screaming. That would be incredibly fucking stupid, wouldn't it?
Hi. I'm Ariel. I'm a lesbian, and I don't think gender is a social construct.
Okay, well then you don't know what the word gender means. Gender is a social construct. Yes, it is tied to sex in ways, but gender is also about the roles that are forced upon both men and women at birth, and the roles they choose to do for themselves as they mature and journey through this life. We know this is true. We know back in the 1800s that pink was a boy's color and blue was a girl's color, and in the 1900s, those gender constructs got changed around by advertising companies. These type of things are very well documented. We know that in the past, women used to be a very key part of doctors and our medical caregivers. And then after stuff like the Salem witch trials, where they started burning women for doing medicine, the gender roles got changed. Medicine became, for a very long time, a male-dominated institution. You know, we know about all this stuff. We have the history that anybody can look into. And we understand that gender and sex are two different things. Yes, in many important ways, they're connected. Yes, in many important ways, they're not connected. And it's stupid to deny this. So you're not really starting out that great, in my opinion. But continue, please.
I don't think cis straight white men are evil. I don't.
Okay, I don't think cis straight white men are evil too. Now, has cis straight white men done a lot of evil things? Yes. Do cis straight white men, a lot of times unconsciously, cover up for the white supremacist power structure that is run our entire country for hundreds of years? Yes, of course. Should they have to own up to that? Should they have to acknowledge their privileges in order to create equality across the board? Yes, of course. But they're not inherently just evil because they're white, cis, straight men. I don't think that is a position the vast majority of the people on the left hold. And I'm sure there are probably the extremes you could point out, but pretending like that is some giant representation of the left that you have to leave is a straw man that you're building in order to get clicks and make money because you're a grifter.
I don't believe the genital preferences are transphobic or that they're.
Okay, I don't believe that general preferences in themselves are transphobic. Well, what I do believe, is pretty clear, is that there is a large number of men who are attracted to transsexual women sexually. If you are involved in porn in any way, like I have been for the last 25 years, you know that the trans category is an incredibly popular category in porn. You know that behind the scenes, there are a lot of men that seek out trans women, but there are most of those men would not publicly date trans women because of the social stigma that comes with that. And that is part of transphobia. That is part of our transphobic society that causes that social stigma that makes men who are very attracted to trans women not date them. So that is something you have to think about, and there's no problem acknowledging that whatsoever. Doesn't make you a crazy lefty social justice warrior to acknowledge reality, does it? Nope, you're once again just putting a straw man to spread your narrative because you're trying to make money.
There are 97 genders. I don't think that male sex offenders belong in women's prisons.
I mean, I don't believe male sex offenders belong in women's prisons either, but I mean, I don't have a problem with like a trans person if they're on HRT. I'm not really sure there's a very big issue. Now, if they have problems with a person becoming violent or doing something wrong to the other female inmates, they are a woman, and the other women inmates, then they should treat them like they would treat any other female inmate and maybe segregate them, put them in the shoe, you know, give them additional time. But I'm not really sure this is a giant issue. It just seems like you're blowing it out of proportion to build a scary boogeyman that you can then knock down.
I don't think it's normal for people to be praised for walking around with shirts that say kill TERFs.
Okay, why not? Not sure they really want to kill TERFs, but I'm not sure I'd praise them for that either. I'm not sure how many people are praising them, but if you want to wear some kind of silly shirt, I don't really give a fuck.
I don't think like these people, and I no longer want to be associated with them.
Okay, well, who was associating? Why are you associating with people like this? I'm on the left. I'm not associated with these people. I'm not associated with a lot of people on the left that I disagree with. It doesn't mean I changed how I feel about policies and how I feel about my fellow human being and how I want to change society for the better. It has nothing to do with that. All right?
I've reached peak LGBT. This is my coming out video. Never in my life have I been more canceled, tortured, tormented.
Yes, you've been so canceled. Your video's been seen 50,000 times. You have 637,000 subscribers. Who's fucking canceling you, dude? Why are you spreading this right-wing narrative? Regular people don't have the ability to cancel you. You know who does have the ability to cancel? Trillion-dollar corporations like Google, Facebook. They have the ability to cancel you, but regular people don't. You're just playing the victim. And you're going to turn around and say that you can't be associated with all these people on the left because they're too busy playing the victims when you yourself are playing the fucking victim. You're a hypocrite. You are the snowflake you have been looking for.
Harassed, then by members of my own community. Never have I
Okay, people are criticizing you, right? That's how it happens for everybody who's on the internet, who speaks out against for anything. It is happening to me for the last 10 years. If it's not the Christians mad at me, if it's not the left was mad at me for a while, and then the anti-SJWs were mad at me, and now Breadtooth's mad at me, it's always like that. Happens to everybody who is a public figure. It's just part of it. Why are you playing the victim? Like, if you can't take the heat, just get out of the fucking kitchen. Is it really that big of a deal to log out of Twitter for a couple of days? Or to try to at least think about the criticism that you're receiving and to see if some of it might be legitimate and valid? If it's not legitimate and valid, why does it bother you? Who gives a shit?
witness literal mentally ill individuals who are latching themselves onto the LGBT community without.
Okay, well, I mean, that's fine if you want to speak out against certain people you disagree with. That's no problem. Why would you have to distance yourself from an entire large group of people just because of the actions of a very few on the fringes? And if it's pushing you to the right, you realize the people on the fringes of the right are people that send like pipe bombs, and they go into Walmarts and murder brown people and, you know, commit mass shootings. And the people on the left who are on the fringes are like just screaming, you know. See the difference there? You see why it's ridiculous to point out the minutia on the left and pretend like there's some kind of evil that's way worse than the right you're claiming you're being pushed towards? You see how that's stupid in every fucking humanly possible way?
Without actually being LGBT for the sake of oppression points, external validation, and sympathy. Never.
This is the anti-SJW message for the last 4 or 5 years. And you're not really trans. It's no true Scotsman fallacy. You're just pretending to be trans. You're not really gay. You're just pretending to be gay for the oppression points. Like, go watch some more shoe on head videos, please.
Never have I seen such disrespect from younger.
You're gonna play Buck Angel. Oh my God, Buck Angel's being disrespected. You have to respect your elders. Buck Angel's a fucking dick, man. He's a dick who doesn't respect other people's identities, right? He's a dick who continuously tears others down. Yes, the youth is going to fight back against your grumpy old boomer ass when you do shit like that. Oh my God, I have to move to the right now. Good fucking Lord, you're cringe.
LGBT people to the older lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender advocates who have been paving the way for us for longer than we've all been alive. Never.
Well, let's kiss their ass, regardless of what they're doing, regardless of how they're bringing us down, regardless of how they're delegitimizing people's life experience. Let's suck their dick anyway because they're older than us and they underwent some hardships. No. You can thank them. Yeah, hey, I'm sorry that you went through a lot of shit. Thank you for paving the way. But the shit you're saying right now is dumb as fuck, and you should reassess your message. There's nothing wrong with that, right? We don't have to respect you just because you're old as fuck. I don't expect anybody to respect me just because I'm old as fuck. No. If I say something wrong, tear me a new asshole for it. Correct me. I deserve it.
Never have I seen people that use the word bigot so frequently and not see the hypocrisy and irony in themselves saying it. Some of you have noticed.
Oh my God, there's gotten too many people bigots. Well, there are a lot of bigots out there, right? Yes, I'm sure some people are bigots themselves and they're hypocrites, but it's okay to call out bigotry. That's how you change things, through social pressure.
This change coming onto my channel within the past 2 years as I've gotten what some people would say more conservative. And yeah, I have, haven't I?
Yeah, I've noticed that when I say these types of things, I get tons of clicks. I put this video out yesterday, and our day before yesterday, and it's already got to 50,000 views. Yeah, I know which side my bread's buttered on. I know how to make that money. So yeah, my views are shifting and changing. Here's the 2016 takes again. It's Groundhog Day, motherfuckers.
Since the queer movement right now is obsessed with all these different labels, and I am a fan of labels, I wanted to share a new label of mine with you. I'm coming out. I am officially leaving the left. When it's gotten to the point
No, don't go. Come back.
where I can no longer even list LGBT or women empowerment in my Instagram and Twitter bios without people thinking I'm part of this ridiculously woke cult. When we have
The reason people think that you're part of this ridiculously woke cult is because of the exact same thing you're doing right now. Because dipshits on YouTube for the past 5 years have gone out and they found the minutia of just the silliest thing on the left, and they brought it to the public's attention, and they used this as a representation for the entire left, when it's absolute bullshit. I'm a lefty, and I talk to lefties all the time. Most of my fan base are lefties. Most of the people I interact with are lefties, and none of them are fucking like this. They're all incredibly rational, empathetic, decent human beings. And it's not fair to show these very few people these same exact things that every one of you show over and over again and pretend like they're in some meaningful way represent the left. This is fucking propaganda. So yes, if you're getting associated with these people because of that, it's because of what you're doing right now. It's because you are a part of the problem. So maybe be the change you want to see in the world. Maybe stop pushing this bullshit propaganda narrative against the left. But nope, you won't, because money.
rules and a pecking order of who is able to speak and for how long, even about their own.
Wait, what did that say? It's a pecking order about who can speak and for how long. I am a trans lesbian of color with autism and one leg. Okay. I don't understand. If this is true, and this person is not closet homo, yeah. This seems like a troll account, maybe. Sad for a trans girlfriend. This looks like a picture of Bjork or something. So this doesn't look real, but let's say this was real. And somebody was trans and a lesbian and of color, and they had autism and they had one leg. Well, this is intersectionality, right? Intersectionality is a real thing. It's common sense. Like, if we admit society does, in any way whatsoever, discriminate against certain classes, like black people, we know it does. We know there are lots of racist people in the world, and if you're black, you're more likely to be discriminated against. And we know that if you're gay, you're more likely to be discriminated against and shit on for being gay than you are for being straight. And we know that if you're like handicapped, you have problems that you have to undergo that people who are able-bodied don't have to undergo. And so if you stack all those different subclasses up, yes, you are more likely to have more social ostracization than like if you're just a able-bodied straight white male, right? It's just common sense. Problems stack up. But anyway, this looks fake to me.
About their own bodies and experiences. When we have children drag queens and think it's okay for them to perform sexually for adults.
This kid's performing sexually? I don't. Do you find this kid sexy? Are you sexually attracted to this? Is this a sexual performance to you? Because if it is, that says something about you, doesn't it? It doesn't say anything about this kid dressing up in a costume and dancing around and having fun. If you find it sexual, that's because you're creepy and weird, right? I think you just outed yourself a little bit.
When we praise news stories like this that make absolutely...
Transgender man gives birth to non-binary partner's baby with female sperm donor. Okay, that's interesting, right? Why is that a problem that this happened? Why are you getting triggered over reality? Oh my God, it's so different. That's not the way things are usually done. Oh, must be bad. Must be bad because it's different. That's the same reactionary behavior every chud has had since the beginning of time. So yeah, I can understand why you're moving away from the left. You're just a reactionary idiot, right?
No sense and do nothing for our movement or for people understanding us. When this person is praised by LGBT organizations,
this incredible trans woman is challenging the way we think about gender. Okay, that sounds good to me. It sounds good for us to challenge the way we think about anything, to question and be skeptical and move and progress. It's good, right? Nah, we got to preserve the status quo no matter what.
And deemed a speaker for lesbians. And people say that straight black men are the white men of black people, and I know what they mean. I no longer...
Straight black men are the white men of black people. I'll have to decompress that one.
I wish to be a part of this. The LGBT community has become a safe haven for the mentally unstable who are not seeking help and
okay, she's just throwing the trans community under the bus. Like, I have so many friends that I've made on the show from the trans community. So many trans friends out there, and like a huge part of like my moderation team and the people that have helped me on my Twitch is directly from the trans community, and they've been great. They're amazing people. They are the representations for the trans community, not the fringes, the minutia that you can point out to try to make them all look bad. The reason you're doing that is because you're trying to spread fear and transphobia, because you're a horrible, fucking shitty human being. The exact type of human being that anybody on the left should be happy that you're leaving. So thank you for expelling yourself.
Who also aren't in any sense of the word queer. We've become just so obsessed with
Who are you to be the arbiter of who's queer or not? Queer just means different, right? Queer just means that you're not a cis straight, right? Anything other than that is queer. So who are you to say that they're not?
validating everybody. How did we not see this coming?
Oh my God, let's not validate everybody. Why? Who gives a shit? Why not validate people? People get one life on this earth. Why not make them feel as comfortable as possible? Why not be nice? Why not all work together and be in this together and help each other on our journey without tearing each other down? Why? Because you're a shithead a little bit, I think, maybe?
This community has become so ridiculously intolerant while preaching love that for the first time in—
Yes, I'm going to go to the right. Because that's where the tolerance is on the right, isn't it? Like, no one has any obligation to be tolerant of intolerance. There is no reason to be intolerant, tolerant towards transphobes. There's no reason to be tolerant towards bigots and racists. There's no reason to be tolerant towards sexists. You know? There's no reason to be tolerant towards fascism. You stand up to that stuff, you look it in the eye, and you shout it fucking down. So, the number of Americans 18 to 34 who are comfortable interacting with LGBTQ people slipped from 53 to 2006. So she's about to blame LGBTQ people for this, when the problem is actually people like her building straw men, trying to find the worst example she can to represent the whole, and then feeding this propaganda to the idiots online who are plugged in to the YouTube algorithm, who are fed a steady diet of this propaganda bullshit, which makes them believe it's real and helps them have a worse opinion towards LGBTQ. It's not the LGBTQ's fault. It's people like your fault for spreading this bullshit. For instead of spreading positive examples of like the many wonderful people I've met, many wonderful gay and trans people I've met, no, you're picking the worst of the worst in order to feed this narrative that's red meat for your audience. So you're actually causing the thing you're complaining about, and then you're blaming it on the victims. Like, fucking shame on you. That is the lowest of the low. That is the lowest of the fucking low.
In a decade, LGBT acceptance is down. Anyone who goes against the grain and thinks for themselves is immediately outcast. That's not a community, that's a hive mind cult.
I wasn't. I've gone against the grain, and has it upset some people? Yes. Have I been ostracized from the community? I got ostracized from the anti-SJW community. I got ostracized from, the more right-leaning communities for speaking out against it. So you're not going to find any better time in the group you're trying to draw in and kowtow to. But actually, you will find a better time because you won't go against the grain. You'll actually plug right into the hive mind of the anti-SJW community. You'll get involved in these cliques, these Dave Rubin cliques. Your message will be spread. You'll become more popular, but you won't go against it. You will join their hive mind. So you will do exactly what you're claiming is bad. Watch. No doubt about it.
Once again, my name is Ariel. I'm a lesbian YouTuber. I've been making content on this platform for 10 years, and I no longer want to be associated with the ridiculously woke left. No, you guys—
Okay, nobody wants to be associated with you either. Don't let the door hit you where God splits you. Enjoy the pile of money you're going to make. Sleep well at night. If you have a conscience at all. I don't know how you do that shit, but I don't know. More power to you, I guess. Anyway, I just wanted to play that. That was what was popular and going around the intertubes today on the Twitters and whatnot. So yeah, a few more super chats. One more. CHF, $5. I don't know what CHF is, but thank you. Hello. You were just recently talked about your hair regrowth stuff. What was the name of the products? I need it because I'm trans. Thanks. Also, ranch it up. I take generic finasteride. Or not, finasteride is generic. I think finasteride is generic Propecia. But I take finasteride, 1 milligram a day. You can get it from certain sites on the internet from Mexico, and they come in 5 milligram pills, and so you just take a little nibble off each side, like each day, and you can get like a couple year supply for $50-$60. And then on my head, I put liquid minoxidil. You can get it from Amazon. It's probably about $50 for a 6-month supply. It comes in a little bottle with eyedropper, and you just like take the eyedropper and fill it up, and then you like drop a few drops on the center of your head, and then kind of radiate out from it, and trying to get a few drops to wet on the peaks of your head too. And what happens is the finasteride helps to keep your hair from falling out. It doesn't actually regrow hair. It just keeps your hair from falling out, but it also helps to thicken really fine hairs. And the minoxidil actually does help the hair grow back. It helps to create really fine hairs. So the combination of the two, the minoxidil creating hairs, and then the finasteride thickening those hairs, really helps with having a full head of luxurious hair. And that's how I did it. And also you can get hair transplant surgeries, which are pretty effective for about $5,000 if you know where to look. So also recommend it if you can afford that. Cut to Dusty. I think Claudia was saying she basically gaslighted bisexuals, claiming something like they're too untrustworthy to be in a relationship with a lesbian woman. I think Claudia was saying who basically gaslighted? Claudia did, or this girl I just watched? It's kind of ambiguous, but I'm not. Claudia blocked me on Twitter, so I ain't really got much love for her no more. When will she become the new rave dude? But she's already halfway there. I think she's already kind of started making those changes, and this is just the obvious coming out video to become an anti-SJW. She'll be on Dave Rubin, no matter. No. Dollar bills, yep. Huh, sorry, we praise. Who is we? I don't know. Just straw man to straw man. You can't post the sexual performance of this kid's because they value you terms of service, Dusty. He had sexual performances? What do you mean he had sexual performance? He did sex with people, or he just danced around? Because, like, kids dancing around isn't sexual to me. Like, they would have to be, like, blowing somebody or something. Kids playing in costume and dancing around, I don't care about that. So phony. Yep, definitely so phony. It's all part of the grift. The grift. Yeah, hit the thumbs up. Like, I didn't mean to do this show. The show was just out of the blue. But definitely hit the fucking show. Hit the thumbs up on the show. Help me spread it. I took minoxidil. It works fine, but it attacks testosterone. Can cause impotence and depression. Handle with care. Okay, I don't have none of those problems, I don't guess. Alright, seems okay to me. Damn, Dusty, rocking that silver daddy look. Hell yeah. Not bad. Aging like a fine wine. Ain't gonna hate on it. I watched some of those older videos when I used to dye my hair and I was a lot younger, and I was like, God damn it, you look horrible. Way better now. Do finasterides are to cure prostate cancer? I think so. Yeah, I think it was originally a prostate drug, but they found out it helps regrow hair too. This made me so happy when it popped up on Yahoo last night. What? You talking about the guy getting killed in the rocket? Don't Dusty read the Pink Trolls comments. Don't Dusty read the Pink Trolls comments. I don't know what you're talking about. Is there somebody who's trolling? Who has pink in their name? Is that what you're saying? Didn't see it. Doing call-ins today? No, I wasn't going to do call-ins today. I'm about to end this stream. I just thought I would jump on and talk about the Rocket Man. Because, like I said earlier on the show, somebody recommended that I start doing streams like this, where instead of tackling 50 different topics, I just pick one topic and talk about it for like an hour. And I thought I would just try it. Do a little experiment. So, what'd you guys think? You guys like to see streams like this more often? Or were you bored as fuck and would rather see me play video games? I think it's a nice change up from playing video games all the time. I mean, I might start doing this on stream more often, on Twitch more often, instead of playing video games. So be sure to go follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv, Dusty Smith, twitch.tv, Dusty Smith. There's a link in the description of this video. Be sure to go support me, and there'll be lots of exclusive content on Twitch like this, where I watch videos of other people and comment on them. And I will be taking calls on Twitch, probably on the next stream. So if If you enjoy that kind of thing, be sure to check that out. To be fair, some people are just dipshits, and while they crave validation, each of us on a personal level is not obligated to tacitly state that. Like the flat earther, I'm not obligated to validate that dipshit's point of view. No, but I mean, if it's something that doesn't harm you and doesn't harm the rest of society, if you're validating somebody's, I guess, what am I going to call it? I guess just their experience, how they view themselves. And, you know, they're not causing harm to the world, then why not? Why not be supportive to them and help them out and respect their choices and wishes? It doesn't take any effort whatsoever to be a decent human being. It takes a lot more effort to be a shithead than it does to be a different human being. More, okay, I will do more of this. If you guys want to watch me do videos like this in the future, be sure to send me the videos that you want to see me play. I guess a slightly longer videos would be good for me to sit here and, although that video was only of that girl that's leaving the left was only like 3 minutes, and it took me like 30 minutes to explain that shit. So I guess it doesn't really matter if the size of the video, as long as the content is enough for me to comment on. To be honest, I don't care about a variety of content, just properly planned shows. The mess shows appear to come from lack of prior proper planning. Okay, I mean, all my shows, except just these that I just do off the top of my head, are very intricately planned. So all the podcasts are anyway. Dusty, no problems to Viking, plus plug the sponsor. I don't think they paid me for the last thing I did, so I'm not really sure about that. I'm not sure if they're sponsoring the show anymore. I know they sent me a wallet that I need to go get. Still haven't gone and got it yet, but yeah, we may work out the sponsorship again in the future. But like they pay me show per show a little bit, so I'll have to see if they actually paid me for the last one. Mike Hughes was on Tosh Point. Oh, well, he ain't gonna be on there again, that's for sure. Bye from France, man. Bye, Adrian Forcrom. Thanks. Appreciate you joining me. All right, I'm gonna head out. I gotta go get some food and take care of some chores, let the animals in and feed them and everything. So I appreciate all of you guys for joining me. Thank you for the super chats. I wasn't even expecting to get any super chats, so it was cool to get a few extra for the dogs today. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow night at the regular time, 8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern. Tune in. You guys have a good weekend. Later.